Welcome to the team call. It is May 11th, Monday, May 11th. We are going to talk a little bit about social media tips tonight. But first I wanted to just talk about a few housekeeping type things. Okay. So first is the one-on-one calendar is up. I just got to talk to a couple of you already this week, and I have more scheduled. So if you have questions, concerns, need some guidance, need some help with goal setting, just set up a one-on-one. I try to do them at least every other week, just, to give you guys a good, just support. We're all in this together, right? I made the calendar for the month, which I was really proud of myself. I am not great at Canva, but I did it. And at least it has the Josh meetings on there. So what's really cool about when you join this team is that I work with Josh Coates, who is a push coach. And because I work with him, you guys get all the benefits of him too. He does 2 team calls for us a month, the Wednesday night one, which is this week. That's the evening one. And then there's one at the end of the month, Wednesday at noon Eastern time. He is fantastic for getting in your brain, helping with self-limiting beliefs, helping push you. He's a push coach. That's what he does. So he has a fantastic book, F Leadership, hanging around here somewhere. I'd show you guys, but you can get it for free. It's free on his website, F Leadership, and you just pay for shipping. He has a podcast too. Anyways, I don't know why I'm plugging Josh, but he's great, and you guys get to experience him too from working with me. Now, that being said, if you are interested in stepping up your game, if you want to move your business forward and you want to bring team members on your team, he lets us add people into his recruiting challenge, and it just started today. So if you're interested in doing a 3-week recruiting challenge with Josh, just let me know. I'm happy to get you in there. And it's really just an accountability group. We're really into just doing. We don't want to waste too much time on the learning piece because we learn as we go. So he is a big fan of that too. And the recruiting challenge gives you access to his videos about recruiting, and then it just puts you into action. There's a tracker so you can track what you're doing. He gives suggestions on how to best recruit, how to talk to people, and what you need to do if you want to grow your team. So as I said, just let me know and I will get you in there. Also, there's the retreat push. Now, this is, so as you can see, I'm wearing my Fit and Fierce gear tonight. We are all part of Fit and Fierce because that is my upline, without confusing all of you. So my grandma coach, Megan Ewaldson, she is a superstar diamond, which is the highest rank in the company. And she puts on a retreat for us every single year. And this year is Destin again. It's in November. Whether or not you want to actually go on that trip, it doesn't really matter. The point is to push yourself if that is your goal for your business. So the retreat push that's starting in a couple days is meant, and it's there for you to move your business forward. Whether you want to go on that retreat, if you're like, I want to be in Destin, which you all should because it's so fun. We get totally spoiled, and it's a long weekend away with awesome people. But even if you don't get in that group, it will give you tools. It will, again, help you with accountability to get you going. I think that is it for my stuff that I wanted to mention. Oh, in order to be in the retreat group, the retreat push, you have to be an Emerald, which that's a decision. I was Emerald within a month. Being Emerald means that you're having your products paid for, and who doesn't want that? It's having 2 coaches on either side of you. So put that on your vision board. All right, so social media. Now, where do I want to go with this? Social media is, you have to figure out what platform you want to be on? What platform do you tend to go on? Are you somebody who likes Instagram? Is that where you spend your time? Is Facebook your jam? Is Twitter where you like to be? Don't try to go to a platform that maybe you are not familiar with, but that's where, you know, you heard somebody say that you should be. Find one that you like and go there. Now, there are benefits to, and there's tips for all of them, right? Like Facebook, there's your personal Facebook page, which is all of your warm market, which is a really nice place to start because those are your friends. That's your family. I know for me, that wasn't where I was comfortable at first. And I wish that somebody had told me then, if you're not comfortable, that's where you need to be, because I went the other route and I opened my Facebook like page, which even though it was public, it was where I felt comfortable posting. And even though a lot of the first followers on that page were my friends and family, for some reason, I just didn't feel comfortable at all. Good night. I didn't feel comfortable at all posting on my personal page. So I use that, and now I do post my like page posts to my personal page. I also post to Instagram. I love Instagram. And stories are such an important way to get yourself out there, to get people comfortable with you. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And how they learn to know, like, and trust you is through your stories. You know, if you follow my stories, I'm very intentional. Every single day I start the same. When I'm not doing the ultimate reset, which I'm doing right now, I start with my energize. I show my personal development. I show my journal. I show my workout clips. I always include an invitation at the end of my workout clips. I talk about my family. I talk about funny stuff. I show my meals. But also what makes you you. You know, the fitness part of this stuff is really, I mean, my workout is 40 minutes today. 40 minutes is nothing compared to your whole day. So who are you besides all of this? What makes you you? And, you know, the things that people really respond to on my stories are the funny stuff, right? They ask me about my workout sometimes, but what they respond to is when I'm being me, when I'm showing the funny things, when I'm saying silly things about my husband, or talking about, you know, funny things that my kids did or something like that. Who are you besides all of that? It's obviously really important to show what you're doing. If you listened to the National Wake Up Call today with Dani Detra, she covered this really well. If you're showing your shakes every day, people are going to buy them because they see you drinking them, right? Every single day, if they're seeing your shakes, that's what they know. They know that you drink them. They don't give a shit what's on the back label and why this is a good, you know, herb, or I don't even know if herbs are in Shakeology, but whatever is in Shakeology, they don't care about all that. They care about what the story is behind it, how it's changed your life, what it's done for you. And I loved what she said. She said, you know, she doesn't talk about it curbing sweet cravings because it doesn't do that for her. It does that for me. And it's changed my digestion and it's changed my blood work. So I talk about those things. They don't care about all the ingredients on the back and who says this and where it's made. They just want to hear from you. So make sure that, so the first thing when you're talking about social media is figure out your brand. Who are you? We have a great graphic in the Coach Bootcamp, which I will post in our team page just as a reminder, but it's the color wheel. And it's essentially an exercise that you can fill out, and it's showing you all the facets of who you are. What makes you you? Are you a dog mom? Do you love gardening? Do you love running? Who are you? These are the things that we should post about because we're trying to brand ourselves. So, you know, and as I said, like, I laugh now, especially now, Beachbody is everywhere right now. Carl was on Madiket's iPad. She shouted to me earlier. Carl's in my radio when I get on there. Carl's our CEO. Beachbody is advertising everywhere. They do not need any more marketing than what they are already doing. We are marketing ourselves and Beachbody tools we use. So make sure, number one, that you're being yourself. And, you know, I know for me, I kind of was sad when Dani Detra was talking today. I recently stopped following her, even though I love her, because I don't want to follow too many coaches. Because guess what? if you follow too many coaches, you start trying to mimic other coaches, maybe because you see them being successful, maybe because you see what they're doing and you respect it. Whatever the reason is, if you're trying to be like somebody else, it's not the way to go. You have to be yourself. People are going to be drawn to you, and whatever you're thinking of, like you're not interesting or you don't have a good story or you don't have enough confidence yet, is just all lies. And you just need to focus on that personal development and be yourself, because you have so much to offer people. So people buy a feeling and a story. So you have to tell your story. And this doesn't mean airing all of your dirty laundry. This means, you know, sharing little bits of yourself as you feel comfortable. And, you know, that comes from the color wheel stuff, right? When I post on social media, and you feel free to follow me, I'm sure you guys already do, and you see kind of the style of my posts, but I try to have a schedule, you know, and I have an idea, at least an idea in my head of what I want to post about during the week. I know that I need to post about coaching at least twice a week, or about twice a week. So that can be what coaching has done for me. Coaching has done everything for me. So it's really easy for me to say, okay, and this is without really a huge financial transformation yet. But coaching has given me confidence. Coaching has helped my marriage. Coaching has helped me as a mom. Coaching has helped me with my health. Coaching has given me a community. Coaching has done so much for me. So I think of these things and I say, okay, what can I touch upon this week that I want to post about? And I know a lot of you guys are early in your journeys, but it can be how you're feeling right now, what it's done for you right now. What has it given you? How do you feel? Do you feel more energetic? Do you feel stronger? Are you proud of yourself because you've implemented a change in your life? Even if it seems small, that's huge. Every journey starts with those baby steps, and every one of those is to be, you know, applauded. And people will really respect you at every stage of this because they can relate to you more now, right? I'm 4 years into this journey. So a lot of the people might look at me and say, okay, well, that's really easy for you to do because you've been doing it for 4 years. But the people who have been in it for a minute, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you guys just started this. That's so impressive to somebody who's sitting on their couch wondering how to start. You guys know because you just did it. Yeah, how you're feeling, how your life is changing, your energy. You should be a walking reflection of your vision. So what is it that you're envisioning for this? Where do you want to take this? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself going with this? And this can adapt and this can change, and that's fine. But when you signed up, when you hopped on this call, when you got on a one-on-one call with me, where do you want this to go for you? What do you hope it does for you? And paint that vision for other people. I know for me, I paint in my stories when I'm doing my personal development, I try to paint that picture. I try to paint why I do this. Why do I get up at 5 every day? Why am I up 5 a.m. on Sundays every day? Because this consistency matters to me, because that morning time is precious to me, and because I know that if I'm doing those activities that move my business forward, I'm going to be at a place where I'm financially free, I'm debt free, I'm able to take my parents to Disney World like I've always wanted to do because they've taken me all these times, and I want to have my new house with my giant bed and my office so that I'm not in my kitchen anymore on one-on-one calls or team calls. I paint this vision because this is what is important to me, and other people want these things. Other people want to not live paycheck to paycheck. Other people want to be able to have the energy from working out every day. So paint your vision to other people. I love this. I heard this the other day. With your social media, you're either creating curiosity or resistance. So how are you posting? You know, I made a post the other day, and, you know, I catch myself all the time. I'm like, why am I wording it like that? That's so icky. You know, there's a way to paint a story or to tell a story that's not, you know, I do this and why don't you do this? Or, you know, I got my workout done. Where's your workout? What did you struggle with before? I know for me, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know anything. So I'll tell stories, you know, about where I was before, and I'll reach out when I'm talking to people. I'm talking to the person, to me, 7 years ago, who was smoking and sitting on her couch eating Friendly's ice cream every single night. And I really, really couldn't even consider giving up ice cream every night. I remember my coach saying to me, Melissa, how about you just try doing it 5 days a week? And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. And eventually I did. But I talked to her. I talked to those people that are out there just not like wanting that lifestyle, seeing somebody on the street going for a run and wondering how the hell they do that. How do they put their shoes on and go out for a run? I talked to her. I talked to those people. And I think that what's really important to remember too, and I know I have struggled with this for a long time, or it took me a long time to really get a hold of this, but you don't want to attract everyone, because not everybody is for you. Not everybody is going to be for you. Not everybody is going to like you. But you want to talk to that one person who's really going to be touched by your post, who's really going to be inspired by your post. And that's who you're talking to. So try not to go for everyone, and just narrow in on those people. Those are the people that are going to come to you. Those are going to be your people. Oh, I love this too. Okay, so think of it like a lifestyle magazine, and you've got the cover and you've got the back cover. What is in the middle of the magazine? It's not just all about one topic. It's all sorts of different topics. So that's what you think about when you're thinking about posting. You know, I try to, do a family post, do a marriage post, do a, dog post. I do a lot of dog posts. But I try to vary it up to show all the facets of who I am. I try to do silly posts sometimes. We overcomplicate things to justify our inaction. So I love this. I think this is like a Josh Coates or maybe a John Maxwell quote or something, but we overcomplicate things to justify our inaction. So don't get stuck because you're trying to make it perfect, or you're trying to, you're just trying too hard, right? Like I've told Cheryl before, because she sometimes struggles with posts because she sees Marjorie's long posts and she's like, I don't know what to do. I can't write long posts like that. I'm like, stop. You don't have to write posts like Marjorie. You're Cheryl. So even if, like, let's say you see an inspiring quote and that speaks to you, post that with a great picture. That's what I do sometimes if I'm stuck. That's inspiring to people. Or just a tiny story. It doesn't have to be a long story. Like Marjorie's posts are great, but you don't have to be Marjorie. Yeah, and what? I don't know. I can't read my own writing, but yeah, Amber, that's a good point. She learned how to write. I learned how to write how I usually talk, more personality peeks through. Yeah, people are going to learn who you are from what you're saying and what you're doing. And I think a huge thing for me too has been really, you want to train your audience to talk to you. You want to ask them questions. People love to share their opinions. They love to talk about themselves. And I did this wrong for a long time. And this is what I mean, guys. You're going to fail. You're going to fail over and over. I fail all the time, and I just get up and do it differently. If something doesn't work, I try it again. And for a long time, I didn't really understand like the asking questions things. I was like, okay, I'll ask them what they did today for a workout. People don't want to answer that. Maybe they're not. If I'm talking to the Melissa who's 7 years ago sitting on her couch with Friendly's ice cream, she's not going to tell me what workout she did because she's not working out. You don't ask a question like that. You ask a question like, what do you think about, I don't know, I'll use the bullying example again. I did that bullying post a couple weeks ago, and I used the example of my bully from high school. Friend requested me on Facebook. What would you do? Would you accept the request? Everyone wanted to answer that. Everybody had feedback about that. Everyone wanted to talk to me about it in private messages. Everybody wanted to talk to me in text messages. I had no idea even the response I was going to get. It was a busy day and I was totally flustered, but it was fantastic. So ask questions, but ask questions that people will answer. Ask questions that people, the people that like to tell their opinions. Ask questions that they're going to want to answer, even if you don't need the advice. I knew I wasn't going to accept the bully's advice. I didn't need all the opinions, but I wanted to elicit that response, and my audience will learn to respond to me because of that conversation. That starts those authentic conversations on social media that you really want. Nobody wants to be salesy. Nobody wants to be icky. Everybody just wants, I love when I meet, and it does happen, guys. If you're early on in this journey, I know it seems weird to talk to people on Instagram. Instagram can be so awesome. I love Instagram because I feel like people are so much nicer on there. People are on there, especially, I don't know if maybe it's just the people. I don't know what it is, but I feel like those people want to form relationships. They understand that social media is for being social. I find Facebook to be more, where do you know me from? Have you met me before? Have we met? Where have we met? And I'm like, oh God, this is social media. Can we just say hi to each other? But Instagram's not like that. And when you meet those people on Instagram that are your people, you know it and you feel it and you want to talk to them. And I have friends on Instagram that haven't joined me yet. I know they will eventually, but we're just friends. And that's where those conversations come from. And that's when they see my feed, they know that I'm out here with a positive message, trying to just inspire people and motivate people. And they respect that. And we can have a good friendship on Instagram because of that. Yeah. So don't try to change a million lives. Just try to focus on that one. I'm always out there just trying to make that impact on that one person. And even the hardest of posts that I've done, and I mean hard as in personal, and again, don't you go as personal as you want to go, but for me it can be really therapeutic to let something out. And I want people to know on this platform that they're not alone. And so the times that I have said personal things, I've gotten those messages thank you so much for saying that, I really appreciated that, or that really spoke to me, or I've experienced that too. And that's really what is so special to me about this role that we sit in, that we can really have an impact on people if we allow ourselves to. So when you're posting, thinking about what can you do for others, giving value to others, and solving people's problems. That's what we're doing. Where were you? Where do you want to be? What has this done for you? And what problems can you solve? Is it with food? Is it with exercise? We have so many answers. It's ridiculous. I was just talking to Sarah at our 101, and it was so funny because it's so true. How many people think that what we do is eat out of these tiny containers and drink shakes all day long? That's what they think we do. And for a long time, Beachbody was all Shakeology. I mean, there were other facets to it, but if you were getting a home direct order, you were only getting Shakeology. We have so much now. If you need a snack, a great, delicious snack that is low sugar, low in carbs, gluten-free, we have Beach Bars. If you are, struggling with your afternoon and you need an afternoon pick-me-up, we have Energize. We have everything that you could imagine. We have Recover for sore muscles. We have collagen. We have so many things to offer people, so many solutions that I don't even understand when people go to a different company, because I'm like, we have everything all in one: workouts, nutrition, everything that you could imagine to be healthy. We have. So what problems are there? What problems do you see people talking to? So sometimes my posts will come from people that I've talked to, objections that I've had people have, whether it's not enough time. There's no such thing as not enough time with Beachbody. It's in your living room. It couldn't be any closer. There's no commuting. You can do Transform 20. It's 20 minutes long. Issues with not having enough money. I get it's a financial investment, but a year for $140 for a year of workouts and a month of Shakeology, come on. So some of my posts will come from objections like that, and I won't call people out like that, but I will say, kind of, well, I don't even know. I wouldn't talk about money in that, but you know what I mean. So really just focus on the giving the value. I'm trying to do, like I did that series a week or two ago about the quarantine tips, and I'm going to do those monthly. So I'll do maybe tips on managing anxiety, or I don't know, I haven't really thought them through, but I do one tip each day, Monday through Friday. And then it's a newsletter ready to go for Monday that I already have all ready to go and I can send out. So just provide value. You know, are you really good at meal prepping? Are you really good at, I don't know, making healthy meals for your kids? Whatever your strengths are, offer those to other people. Don't feel like you have to hold out and wait for them to be customers. Give you to everyone and help everyone. What gets measured gets improved. So I can't stress this enough. I track everything, guys. I track everything in my life. I follow the tracker, obviously, religiously. I track my social media every week. So what that means is I look at my insights on my Instagram and my Facebook page. I see where my engagement is. I see what posts have done the best, and I reroute the next week accordingly. So, you know, a lot of this business is you have to be okay with failing, and then you have to be okay with going a different route. If something doesn't work, change it. If something is working, keep it going. Don't mess with something that's working, but certainly change it up if it's not. So, and some weeks I'm surprised that I feel like something did really well, and I'm like, well, I guess it didn't. I guess my engagement's down. Why is that? So track it. You know, track what gets measured gets improved. Tracking is so important. And live videos. And I know nobody wants to hear that because that makes people super uncomfortable. I knew when I started coaching, I slowly started hearing from people and other top coaches that I needed to go live on Facebook, and the thought made me want to die. I think it took me 2 months to finally do it. And I did a Facebook Live, and I literally my stomach was in flips. I thought I was going to throw up. I was at the steps at the Riverfront Plaza. I'll never forget it. And I lived. I made it to this point, and I never would have made it to this point without doing that. So, and it gets easier and easier the more you do it. I mess up. I say stupid shit. I say stupid shit on these team calls. I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth sometimes, but I just say it because that's what I do. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So if you're not doing something that's making you want to die or puke, which we say in Josh's group, it's, oh my God, I forget. Puke first? No. Marjorie, what is it? Let's puke now? Puke together. Let's puke together, right? Yeah, let's puke together. I should know that. I almost bought his shirt today that said that, and I forgot it. Maybe I need the shirt. But anyways, I make sure that I'm doing something puke-worthy every single week. Tomorrow I'm doing a training for Kevin Shaw. I have no idea what I'm doing it on yet. Oh no, I'm doing it on social media. That's why this is prepared. But I try to do these things all the time because that's where you grow. You grow when you're scared. You grow when you do things that are uncomfortable. You grow when you invite people. And I know you guys are some of you are in the very beginning of this, but when you talk to people, and that's why I tell Marjorie, I do my power hours. We call them power hours, was when we work. And that's when most of my inviting happens. Why? Okay, there's a couple reasons. Because morning is my most productive time. It's when the house is quiet. I have it all to myself. 2, everyone's sleeping, so nobody can tell you no then because they're sleeping. 3, nobody is responding to you anyways because they're sleeping, so you don't get distracted. So distractions have to be at a minimum anyways, and then I just message. I don't have one. I was telling Sarah, there's not one outcome that I'm invested in. I don't, if somebody says no to me, that's okay. That doesn't mean that the next person's going to say no. And even if they do, there's still somebody else that's going to say yes. So you just keep going, you keep having those conversations, and you keep telling people about this, because people need this right now. As I said, we have the solution for everything that somebody could struggle with right now. Accountability, community. People are lonely. Exercise. Gyms are still closed. Nutrition. People are struggling with nutrition. We have so many solutions that it's not up to me to decide who needs this. It's up to me to share this, because I know what it's done for me. I know what it's given me, and I am 150% confident in that. And I need to share it with other people. So if inviting is what makes you puke, do it more. If going live makes you want to puke, do it. Just do something that makes you want to puke. And if you're in the very beginning of your journey and you've never posted to social media about it, think about doing your coming out post. Don't overthink it. It could be as simple as, why you're doing this, why you signed up, what needed to change, what are you hoping to get from this? And, that can be your first kind of window into your first invites, because especially in the beginning, like, people are sick of hearing from me now. Some people, I don't give a shit, first of all. But second of all, they're not sick of you yet because they haven't seen anything from you yet. So everyone's going to encourage you. Everyone's going to say, yay, Tennille, you started this journey. We're so proud of you. And then those are the people that you can say, hey, you're so proud of me. You want to do this with me? This is so super fun. I'm waking up. I'm feeling strong. So I think that's all I got for you guys tonight. Does anyone have questions, social media questions? Anything about posting, stories, what to post, when to post? Anything? No? Sarah, you look like you got something.
I can always have something. When do you decide to post? Do you do a lot in the morning, but do you post like a big post at a certain time?
I actually use an app called When to Post. I bet you weren't expecting that. It actually uses my algorithms from Instagram to tell me when the best engagement is. And I use that. And when I post I use the app Planoly to post, because half the time I'm I think last night I posted at 2:30 in the morning. I'm sleeping. So Planoly posts to my Instagram, and then it posts to my fitness page too. I was a little skeptical of the times at first, but it seems like the engagement seems to be okay with it. So I've been continuing to use it. So but it doesn't matter. Like, for you right now, I wouldn't really stress too much about the strategic times. I would just see
how do you speed up your like workouts, and how do you speed up like to post those?
I just do really simple when I film my videos, I film them with time lapse. And
on
then
Instagram?
No, just on my camera.
Like it's an app?
No, just a camera.
Oh,
time lapse.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. And then I use Quick. Quick is an app, and I just put them all in here, and I make it really quick. I try to make it less than 30 seconds, but I do like to tell a story. So like last week, when Tucker and I were doing different programs on BOD, I wanted to tell a little bit about each program to give people an idea of what we have in our library. Everything, like, I try to be very intentional. I like to show certain things every single day. I like to talk about coaching in my stories every single day. And, so if you didn't listen to Danny Detra's National Wake Up Call today, do that. Never miss the National Wake Up Call. This one especially, I freaking love her. She's awesome. And she was on fire today. This was really good. And also, if you're not on the Beachbody Champions page, get on the Beachbody Champions page. They do tons of different trainings. And last Friday, they had Ashley Malstad, Holly Hillier, and Moira Kusaba did a elite panel, top 10 elite panel. And that was fantastic. And You know, Ashley Molstead talks a lot about mindset, and Holly Hillier is 150%. If you think I'm OCD about my posting, Holly Hillier is like Hitler. But I love her. Like, she's just really, like, she knows what she wants and she knows what to say and she's gonna do it. She's a little scary, but yeah, so check that out too. But yeah, I mean, everybody does their workouts in a different way. But as long as you do it, and Danny Ditcher said today, you know, don't do more than 5. Nobody needs to see that. It's boring. But don't do less than 2, because then it just flies by and nobody knows what you're doing. Make sure they know what you're doing. When I do stories, this is another thing, is if I'm talking in a story, I know a lot of people can't have volume up, whether they're at work or wherever they are. I always try to snippet sometimes it's shorter than others depending on what I'm doing, but I try to always have text in my talking story so that people can follow along even if they can't have their volume up. I know for me, I learned this when I first started doing stories like 2 years ago. My best friend who lives in California, she always watches my stories. So she came home from California and I said something to her. I was like, oh yeah, you know, because I said it in my story. And she was like, what? She just flies by her stories. My daughter, same thing. I thought my daughter was listening to all my motivational speak. No, not one bit. Nope. So I always think of Kaylin. You have to have the mindset of a 16-year-old or 15-year-old and what they have an attention span for. And it's nothing. It's 3 seconds. So, you know, if you're talking, I know a lot of people that talk soliloquies on their stories. Nobody is listening. No one. I mean, maybe no, because my best friend didn't even listen to me. So no one is listening. So, you know, I always try to add the text so that in case they do have some interest or they do have interest and they can't listen, they can see it. But just remember that nobody has time for that. Maybe in quarantine life they do. I don't know, but that was an eye-opener to me. I was like, what? And B, you watch all my stories. She was like, no. Did I answer your question? Okay. Anyone else? You all sleepy? All right, I'm going to end it. I'm going to end the recording, and then we're going to do a picture.